Greetings to all on the behalf of Edfoal. Welcome back to our channel. So today with us we have Pratiksha Rawat, who is a technical support intern in Microsoft. So let's have a look to her journey, how she made it to Microsoft corporations. Okay, so a big congratulations to you for having internship in Microsoft. Uh, so my first question is, how did you started to prepare to land on Microsoft as an internship?
First of all, I would like to thank you and your whole team for having me here and for having this interaction. And thank you so much. How did I start it? So, first of all, I never thought that I would land up in Microsoft. So that was something I never believed in, and I never thought I would be able to do that. So I started in my fourth semester. At the end of fourth semester, I started thinking about it. Before that, I never got worried about placement and companies and everything. But at the end of fourth semester, me and my friends started discussing like in which companies we want placement and for which companies we should prepare and try. So at that time, they said you are really fit for Microsoft. But when they said that statement, it was just like they are making fun of me because I never believed I would do that. So, but gradually I started believing in that statement and I started thinking if they think that I can do it, so why can't I? I started making contact with the seniors that are already placed in Microsoft, knowing about them and having a contact with them and asking questions to them that what are the subjects that are asked more in Microsoft interviews. So I got so much information on the subjects, on the type of questions that are asked. So that was the time, and also I contacted several faculties of my college because they are working there for so many years, so they have experience what are the type of questions that are asked. So after getting all of the knowledge of all of this that are asked, I started making a plan. Like for getting something, what we need to have is a solid plan. Then only we can think to achieve it. So I started planning for everything, like how will I study and which subject will I focus more on. So yeah, that is how. And see, there were also some things like we were having college, and then also we need to prepare for interviews. And the subjects that were taught at that time in my semester, like fifth or sixth semester, that were completely like they were not asked in college interviews. They were something that are just a part of curriculum. So we need to give time at our home only for preparing for interviews, and it was something like stuck in my mind that I have to make it to Microsoft anyhow. So
You made it a
even at,
particular goal that
yeah,
I want
so
to go in that.
yeah, right. So even at nights also, I was unable to sleep. Uh, at 1 or 2 a.m., I whenever I went to sleep, I was unable to like sleep because that was a thing that was there revolving in my mind at all times that I have to prepare for it. So this is how I prepared for Microsoft.
So nice to listen this story and the whole program you set for yourself. And so my next question is, what were the challenges and the difficulties you faced during the process?
Okay, talking about the challenges, there were many challenges. Like first, when I got to know about the subject, so one subject was computer networking, and to be honest, when that subject was taught in curriculum, I never liked that subject, so I just got passing marks only. So I have to start from the scratch itself, studying that subject and focusing on all the basics of it. That was a challenge because when all the students have done half of it, I was starting from the basics. One challenge was this, and another challenge was how much you say that you are focused for one company only, but when companies starts coming in your campus, and Microsoft come in our campus in August, so this thought comes in your mind that what if you are not able to get there and to get placement in Microsoft? All the good companies having good packages will be gone, and your friends will be placed in good companies, and you will be left only for the mass recruiters. So this was also a challenge. Another challenge was that different companies asked different subjects, and computer networking was a subject that is asked by only selected companies. So I am focusing majorly on the subject that is not asked by much companies. That was one of the challenges. Another challenge was in my family, there is no one from an engineering background. My father and brother are dentists, and my mom was a teacher, and now she's a homemaker. So that was also a challenge because I didn't get a guidance that I could have if there was someone from my family itself. So I didn't have that. Whatever the guidance I got was from my seniors or my faculties only. So and they were also they weren't able to relate much with the type of situation I was going through at
Yeah.
that time. So yeah, that was a challenge. And one challenge was there is a thought in your mind that when you're going to give interview in Microsoft, no matter how much you help it, that you are giving to give an interview to a person who is working in one of the most reputed companies, and that too for so many years. So yeah, I was thinking that he's also a person and same as I, but still you can't help it. You have that thing in your mind. So but to show yourself as a confident person in those interviews, you have to overcome that challenge anyhow. So these are some of the challenges that I faced at that time.
There are so many challenges to face off during this particular curriculum. So, so my next question is: do you get engaged in any sort of clubs or societies in college during the course to get yourself prepared for that?
See, from school time itself, I was a person who was very much interested in extracurricular activities apart from the curriculum. I never thought that I have to focus only on studies, and this was my goal that I have to make an identity, whether I was in school or in college. I have to prove that, yeah, Pratiksha Rawat is some person studying in this year, and everyone should know me. This was a thing in my mind always. So yeah, in my second year, I was a public relations head in one of the clubs of our college. And in third year, I became the public relations head of one of the societies, that is the official technical society of our college, Abacus. I became the technical public relations head of that society. So, and also apart from that, I always used to host events like TEDx and POD. There were several events in my college. I used to participate in that, and also there were my friends who used to ask me why you keep participating and wasting your time in all such things. You can focus more on your studies, and you are just roaming here and there and are not getting any knowledge out of it. But different people have different opinions. If we go and think about everyone and what they're saying, we are not able to do what we want. So I ignored all these things and I kept participating in all those things. So yeah, but that I would say very confidently that participating in all those societies and events and activities really helped me in all my interview rounds, and the sort of confidence that is required
Yeah.
for clearing interviews in a company like Microsoft. You need that much confidence. So yeah, those activities and everything really helped me a lot.
So nice to listen this. Really nice because you are the both student, the studiers, and the participating in activities. Like this, very nice. So let's talk about your experience in the process of internship. Like how do you start and what are upcoming activities are going in Microsoft?
Um, Talking about my internship experience till now. So, from the day I have started my internship, so it has been really amazing there. And earlier, when I didn't join it, and there were some months or days left for joining it, there was this fear in our mind that it's a really big organization. How are we going to manage there? And how are people there, are they really helping or not? But since the day we have stepped in it, me and my other friends from the same college itself. So we all have really experienced that why is it so successful. All the people there are so helping and cooperative. You just need to ask for help and they're always ready there. And the culture of that company, it's completely different. Like if you go in a company apart from Microsoft, I have heard from my friends that they really appreciate the employees who work for extra time apart from their regular one. But in our company, there is this thing like work-life balance. They know that we have our personal life too. Apart from the time that is required, they won't contact you at all, and they want you to enjoy your personal life as well. So internship experience has been amazing, and the trainings and all the all the activities that have been arranged till now were really knowledge giving, and they have prepared us for full-time employee as well. So that company is something that if you are once entered in it, you really are not going to leave it simply. So it's amazing company, really.
So you are fully enjoying that internship part of yours till now?
Definitely. Means if anyone asks me that how is your internship going from my college, so I say that I consider myself lucky that I have got this opportunity, because firstly, from when I got admission in my college, so I used to see hoardings of my seniors placed in Microsoft all over the roads, all over the highway. There were hoardings, but this, I never thought that I would make it there. And I was a day scholar, so when I used to go by a bus, my eyes just stuck on those hoardings, thinking that whether I will be able to get to that place ever or not. And even I used to say to my mom that if I was placed, if I will be placed in any mass recruiter, please don't judge my capabilities that I am not knowledgeable or something like that, because I never thought that I am so capable. So yeah, after getting that thing, I really consider that God has given me literally the best thing that I can get. So yeah, it's going literally.
It's working. Okay, so I want to ask that during the college time, what were the projects you go for? Like projects give us very much experience rather than knowledge in the classroom. So what about your experience during the projects you managed?
Okay, so actually, from when I was there in my college, we had to make about 4 or 5 projects at a time before Microsoft came to for recruitment. So I made 4 projects at a time. So 2 of them were from web development, and one was a machine learning project, and another one was an IoT project. So these were the projects that I worked on till that time. And also the the projects that I made, we definitely worked like in a teamwork was there, complete teamwork was there. And that is also the thing that Microsoft teaches us, that how you manage in a team when you're working with so many people. So how you manage that. All the projects were definitely the outcome of a great teamwork, and those projects were asked. But the major things that were asked was something from cloud computing, and as I said, computer networking, operating systems, and all the technologies that I use in Microsoft, like Azure, Active Directory. All these things were asked, and you won't believe that before Microsoft came to our campus, I didn't have even a 1% idea of what an Active Directory is. And it's a major part of that company. So I had to prepare a lot for that. So apart from project, these things were also asked. And regarding projects, they asked what were the challenges that I faced and how did I overcome those challenges with the help of my friends or faculties, and how did I manage it. And also some questions regarding the technologies that were implemented in those projects, like as I said, web development and machine learning, some questions from those technologies as well. And apart from that, they for this role they wanted to know more about my troubleshooting capabilities and my communication skills, because this is a role that is more focused on the customer side, on the communication that we will be having with the customers. So communication skills, confidence, and troubleshooting, and all the projects and all the technologies that were used. These are some of the things that were asked in the interview. And I will definitely say this, that while giving an interview, I realized that it's really not necessary that you answer all the questions for an interview. If you are just getting even 50 or 60% of the answer that is required, that is literally well enough. And they will themselves help you to some extent to get the answer and to see how much you are able to understand the things that they are saying, how much you are able to grab it. And also I came to know that yeah, there is a thing in our mind that Microsoft is so big company and people there, how they are. But after giving interviews, I realized that they are so grounded, like down to earth. They, you will not feel like you are giving an interview. Even now also, when we are pursuing our internship, then also I feel like they are not our managers or something. They always behave like our friends, so that we can share our problems and difficulties that we are facing. So this is all about the internship interview experience that I experienced at that time.
So, what you advise to your upcoming juniors to get placed in Microsoft?
Coming juniors, see, I always have interaction with my juniors, and also because I faced this problem as I was a day scholar, I didn't have much contact with my seniors who were already placed in Microsoft. I faced a lot of problems because of that, because you know, if there is a senior who doesn't know you directly, so it happened with me. I don't know about others, that they even don't accept your connection request, or they don't reply to your messages. So I have faced that problem. So I had to ask their friends. I have to make indirect contact with them. Then only I was able to know all about the interview experience. That's why I always keep helping my juniors from my college, or the juniors that approach me on LinkedIn. Anyhow, I always try to help them, but I always advise them that if you are focusing for Microsoft, then this thing should be like crystal clear in your mind that you want it. And you can't help the thought that what if you won't be able to get it. Let it be there. That thought will also help you. Other things that I want to say to them is like, also the role that you are focusing on, like for the role that I am in right now, for that role they should focus more on computer networking and cloud computing, operating systems, and all the technologies that are used in Microsoft, as I said, Azure and all that things. So they should focus more on that. And also they need to have a solid plan, like how they are going to study all these things. When I started studying it, so as I said, when the subjects were taught in curriculum, I never focused on them, like especially on computer networking. I never liked that subject. So the more you can say a bigger challenge was to find the resources from where I can get the content. So if you are really thinking about Microsoft, you need to have a plan, like from where you are going to study it, the knowledge of the YouTube channels or the website from where you can get the content that will be understandable by you. So these are the things that you need to plan. And also approaching your seniors that are from your college or from another college who are already in the company working for the same role is really something that helps you. uh, the faculties from your college, ask them. They definitely have much information about the things that are asked. So these are the things that I always advise my juniors, and today also I'll advise the same.
Okay, so this is my personal question that do you have any plan B? Like, if not Microsoft, then what?
Okay. So this is something that is not asked much, and I literally haven't shared much about this to most of the people. And after saying it today, I think everybody will know that. So plan B in my mind was that first I wanted to do a private job only, like in corporate sector. Okay. And also I wanted to have uh, an opportunity with some reputed company, as I have got one. So if not this, then I would have definitely prepared for a government job.
Oh,
uh, like after my graduation, I would have prepared for civil services or something like that. So this was my plan B, if not a good reputed company with a good package. So that would have been one thing that I have pursued, if not this.
oh, thank you so much for revealing your such secrets with me. Thank you, Pratiksha, for having you in Edfoal. And this session is very informative for us. Like me, also a junior and third year student. So this session is really wonderful for me as well. And after getting it on YouTube, this is very beneficial for all the upcoming students. Thank you so much for having us and your time with us.
Yeah. And also, I want to say that why I leverage this opportunity is because I also want my juniors to know everything that is required at the time of interviews. I want to help them more. And I know these things also, like sharing your experience and everything. It's also considered a time waste by many, but I myself support it, because if you are not going to help your juniors, then who will? So this is the thing that I always think. And thanks to you and Edfoal and whole of its team for having me with you and having this
We
interaction.
are
I
such lucky
enjoyed it
persons
a
to have you here. Such really, you are very nice and sweet person.
lot. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much. Bye. Good luck.
Bye bye. Thank you, and same to you.